You don't know. Don't tell me Negro, that's nothing. What were you before the white man named you a Negro? And where were you? And what did you have? What was yours? What language did you speak then? 20 million black people don't even know their own language. Why? Because he took it away from them. 20 million black people who don't even know the history of their ancestors. Why? Because he took it away from them. And if you try and tell them how thoroughly and completely they've been robbed, he says you're teaching hate. Dark people who have been oppressed and exploited by those who are not their own kind, strangers. So the only way we're going to get some of this oppression and exploitation away from us or aside from us is come together against the common enemy.
Let's get it. Hey, good day everyone. This is your host of Single Male Diaries, Elijah McKnight. If you haven't already, ladies and gentlemen, please remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified of my uploaded content. Today, I'm going to show a couple videos that's ranging from racism to reparations to Africans, Aboriginals, Indians, Native Americans, Egyptians, melanated people, etc. It's taking a stance against oppression. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. There has been a lot of things going on today in reference to reparations that's being paid to Californians. If you have known your history, you have to remember that during the era when we had the 13 Union States, California was the first one to pull out so that they can maintain slavery in that state. Now, there's a lot of people going back and forth talking about, oh, taxpayer this, taxpayer that. But why wasn't anyone concerned about it when all other races, groups, nationality, whatever you want to call it, people receive their reparations though? Why, when it comes to us, it's always something being said about it? But you know what? It's time for all that shit to come to an end, man. You know, because we know who are the superior beings. We know we dominant. We know we intelligent. We know we had everything from the beginning as far as technology. We had it all: free energy, gold, minerals, resources. We had it. And it in fact intimidated the world. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to talk too much. I'm not going to hold you. I'm going to let this video play throughout its totality. And you let me know how you feel about this video, ladies and gentlemen. Feel free to comment. Feel free to share. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, I need at least 100 to 1,000 likes on this video. Don't forget, it's free. Help a brother out. Let's get it.
And now you get some people still saying, because we are white and you're black, we can't give you the honor of equality in the Security Council. Nonsense. That should stop. Mr. Bakimun, just tell them for the last time, just as a message that you have heard for the last time from here, that there should be real equality in the Security Council. We can't just be coming to the General Assembly to make empty, hollow speeches and go back home. Nobody takes care of all the concerns we express. No. And anyway, the headquarters is actually of the United Nations is misplaced. Where do you have most of the people? You have 1.2 million people, 1.2 million people in India, 1.3 in China, and Africa, we are getting to nearly 1 billion also. Now put us together, just these three. And then put those with the white faces and pink noses. Put them together as against us. How many are they, even man to a man? And do we allow that group should continue to harass us even in our independent countries? Regime change, Mugabe should not be there, we want someone else. The creator was telling me the other day that he had been told that, oh no, your party, Chama Cha Mapinduzi, had been in power for too long. You must now allow another party also to take over. Is that democracy? And that was coming from Europe. Tell them to shut their mouths.
Good. Uniform or no uniform, Afrikaner or no Afrikaner, white or pink, I deal with you decisively.
Tell them to pay reparations first. Then we can consider paying that. If we have no money to pay, they must pay reparations first. Then we can enter into that debate. I'm going to be president of this country, whether you like it or not. And I will preside over the affairs of this country, including presiding over you. I think you must start adjusting to that reality. The sooner you do that, the less chest pains you'll have when that reality comes.
So what chest pains would result?
Racist chest pains.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a prime example of power. This is a prime example of fear that these Europeans have towards us in a civilization within the nation that we all created first. Everything that's stemming from our ancestors. Why are things so unique and intriguing of us? Why are we so hated for nothing? You understand what I'm saying? Why do we always get the shitty end of the stick? Well, guess what? Today, we say no more.
Someone said to me, if you want us to vote for you in 2024, you must abandon this thing of foreigners. Now I'm prepared to go home. I will never take a platform and denounce Africans. I will never do it. If it means votes are going, let them go. Now I'm prepared to go home. But to take a platform and please white minority by pointing a finger at my other fellow black brothers, I'm not going to do that. When I see a Nigerian or a Zimbabwean or a Congolese or Ghanaian, I see myself. I'm not prepared to take a platform and say foreigners must go home. I would rather not be a president of South Africa. No, I don't want. I must go and tell these hungry Zimbabweans to live here. And when I tell them to live, I send them to where? To die. To die. I would rather die with them than to allow them to die alone. And the people who say I must resign, I will resign. For Africans, I will resign. For black people, I will resign. I have no problem. White people in this country say they are prepared to work with everyone except the EFF, except Julius Malema. I sleep at night. The enemy is not happy with me. I don't want the enemy to be happy with me. We're not scared of anything. We've never stolen anyone's money, and we don't take money from anyone that will control us. The stance on Africans remains. It goes nowhere. We are for a united Africa, and we can't unite it by dividing it. We want one Africa, one currency, one president, one military, one reserve bank.
The first condition is that reparations should be paid to Black Americans whose ancestors were enslaved in the United States. And this would require an expenditure of $14 trillion, which would be distributed evenly across the 40 million Black American descendants of U.S. slavery. That would be approximately $350,000 per person.
If you take $350,000 or $840,000 and you write a check, whatever reparations are done, that would be an absolute...
African Americans built this nation. You built this nation. You know, you're just starting to get real credit for that, okay? I don't know if you know that. You're just starting to get, you built the nation. We all built it, but you were such a massive part of it. Bigger than you were given credit for. Does that make sense? Right?
Has lived in Southern California her entire life.
This is my grandmother right here.
She knows her ancestors came from Mississippi, but much of her family history was unknown. That is until her niece started doing research.
Here's the 1880 census.
Adrienne Aviodan is a professional genealogist in Tampa, Florida. But even she spent 2 decades and thousands of dollars before uncovering the name Philip Branch.
So Philip Branch is my 4th great-grandfather, and he was an enslaved person.
What was your reaction when Adrienne told you that your family is direct descendants of an enslaved person named Philip Branch?
I thought that was awesome. It was just a little overwhelming.
The vital lineage information could be valuable in California as it debates what is owed to descendants of the enslaved. Camila Moore is chair of the California Reparations Task Force, the first in the nation's statewide effort to address systemic racism against African Americans caused by the enduring legacy of slavery. Could it be something as simple as you take a cheek swab, you submit your DNA, and they go, oh, you're a descendant of an enslaved person, here's your check?
I mean, it could be. Again, this is all still a work in progress.
The task force wants eligibility to be lineage-based versus race-based. That has sparked debate.
The paper trail is not always proven to be correct.
For people who have to prove their lineage, it can be difficult, costly, and time-consuming, especially since many slaves weren't identified by name but property codes up until the 1870 census.
People think that, oh, I'm going to sit down and do my family research this weekend and get my application for reparations ready. That's not going to happen.
Over the weekend, the task force approved recommendations for reparations that could be worth up to $1.2 million for eligible applicants. Citywide reparations efforts are also underway in Boston, St. Louis, and San Francisco. Some may not support the idea because it could cost taxpayer dollars. Denise doesn't know if she'll ever get reparations, but she supports the Golden State's effort.
I'm excited for people who, you know, will need it and can use it, but the sad part is we're getting it at the expense of what our ancestors went through.
Don't tell me Negro, that's nothing. What were you before the white man named you a Negro? And where were you? And what did you have? What was yours? What language did you speak then? 20 million black people don't even know their own language. Black people who don't even know the history of their ancestors. Why? Because he took it away from them. And if you try and tell them how thoroughly and completely they've been robbed, he says you're teaching hate. Dark people who have been oppressed and exploited by those who are not their own kind, strangers. So the only way we're going to get some of this oppression and exploitation away from us or aside from us is come together against the common enemy.
Aborigine, which means what? Black folks. You never find a white aborigine. Rather, aborigines are called natives, or they're always dark-skinned people. You and I are aborigines, but you don't like to be called an aborigine. You want to be called an American. Aborigine actually means from the beginning. It's 2 Latin words. Ab meaning from, origine meaning the beginning. Ab meaning from, origine meaning the beginning. Ab meaning from, origine meaning the beginning. Ab from meaning from, originate meaning the beginning.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the show. Let me know your thoughts on this. Please feel free to comment in the comment section. And remember, 100 to 1,000 likes, ladies and gentlemen, is my goal here. And remember, like, subscribe, comment, and share, and hit that notification bell. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, y'all stay safe and be blessed. Bye.